What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Itz-Beez-Da, TrackStar, and welcome back to Dancehall Masterclass Chapter 5, Sampling. And we're continuing on from the last video in which we introduced the Antares Auto Key as well as the Hornet Sound Key MK2. Stay away from MK3. So we're going to continue on. We're going to get another loop and we're going to break it down the same way. And like I said, I'm going to introduce now a third way how we can then figure out MIDI and, you know, keys and tempo and that type of stuff from samples. So let's first define a sample and just go through the approach that we would take to break it down. So let's go Tropical House here, 110. Let's try and find the cards. All right, perfect. So we have a fairly simple one, same tempo, and it's in the key of E, right? But let's say we didn't know that, like I said. So let's run this through the Keyfinder again, and whatever these determine is what we will go with. Okay, cool. So now, this is where I say the ear test is really the ultimate test, because if your ears don't like it, then your ears don't like it. This is saying that this is F major. This is saying that this is F major. This one is saying that it's 40% sure that it's F major. But remember now, when we open the kit, the creators of the kit said that the loop is in the key of E major, right? It's right there in the title, capital E with nothing behind it. Typically, you assume that it's a major, right? So they also included the MIDI. So we have the cards. So let's load up, you know what I mean, onto the sampler. We're going to load F major once again, which is the same card as or same scale as the last video. So let's load F major, and then on Nexus, we'll go back down into the kit and we will now load the progression from the creators of the kit. And let's see how accurate, right, that is. And immediately you can see red flags because B is not in the key of F major. So immediately you can tell that these two are wrong, right? So this is where I said the ears, you know, play a major role, right? But I also want to introduce you guys to something that I use sometimes to figure out progressions when I can't just do it with these. So we're going to go to Google and then we're going to go to a website by the name of Cardify.net. Very, very good website. Very good website. Let's bring that over here. So what Cardify specializes in is literally just finding keys for rhythms and stuff like that, right? And finding melodies for songs or whatever, right? So let's go now back to FL Studio. Let's find this loop, which is here. Let's right click on this folder, press open to get that loop. Cool. So this is the loop here. So if we go back to Cardify here, and then press upload song and just drag our loop here, Cardify will now break down that loop, detect the key, the tempo, and generate MIDI, you know, and let us know what it thinks that the key and all of that stuff is. So remember, Auto Key and the Hornet Sound Key said that it was the key of E. Now we have the Cardify saying that it's in the key of G, right? So let's download the MIDI and time aligned, and we will drag this MIDI now, and it's saying that the tempo is 111, so it's close with the tempo because it is 110. So then let's go back into FL Studio. Let's clone Nexus, and we will then drag the Cardify WAV MIDI file that we just downloaded and drop that onto the new copy of Nexus right here. And we only want, yes, we want all tracks, so let's press accept. Cool. So now, if we take the scale, the F major scale, because it's the wrong scale out of the picture, right? And just line up Cardify next to the progression that we got from the creator. So this is the progression from the creators themselves. Let's get these off the screen real quick. This is their progression right here, right? So E3 is the lowest note, you know, for the most part it's in the register of 3. So let's go up on octave and let's see how accurate Cardify was. So here we can see a quick, you know, I wouldn't say mistake, but just one note, literally just one note. This note here is, I believe, 1 octave too low. So we would go like that, and then we have a perfect. So Cardify accurately detected the entire progression, right? So let's drop this back down. Let's play, because remember it's the same sound. So let's play and see how much different that would sound. And this is the original progression, right? So let's play the progression from Cardify. How different does that sound? It sounds different, but because it's only playing the D an octave higher or lower, it's not that much of a difference, and it was way more accurate than either of auto key or the haunted song key. So now let's go back to Cardify. Let me give you some more information about Cardify. So it's a free service, but if you want the ability to download the MIDI like I just did, or to upload your own songs to get detected, you have to pay a monthly subscription. No, actually a yearly subscription, but you pay it all off at one time. It is, I believe, $23 US for the subscription, but it's very, very well worth it, because if you ever try to figure out a new rhythm just come out and you want to know, you know, the progression, no, it doesn't work all the time. You understand? It does not work all the time, but I will say it's 90% accurate all of the time. You understand what I'm saying? But you can always do the free version. With the free version, like I said, you cannot download the MIDI. You cannot upload a song. But you can scan and analyze up to 3 songs every day. You understand what I'm saying? So it's still a good thing, right? So highly, highly recommend checking out Cardify. I mean, you just witness how powerful it actually is. You know, so let's get back into FL Studio. Let's close out of this and get back into FL. So we can delete this track. And remember, the key, Cardify said it was G. So if we were to drag in G major into the playlist or the step sequencer and click on the MIDI, and you can see here that that's actually correct, right? Every single note is a note in the scale. Every single note falls on one of the gray lines. You understand? So G major, right? So I can only assume that this is mislabeled as E, or maybe it's labeled E, but it's E minor. So let's try and get the E minor scale into the step sequencer and see. And there you have it. That's exactly what happened. So remember, like I said, it's good that you assume that if there's not a letter, typically we'll see C capital and then a small m, or C hashtag small m, C small b small m, and that is to indicate that it's C flat with the M being minor. If it's just the letter G here, you automatically assume that it's a major, because they're not telling you that, hey, this is a minor, this is not a major. So that's what I did. I assumed that the key was E major because it didn't have any type of denotion or denotations behind it saying, hey, E minor, E min, or anything like that. So I assumed that it was E major, but in fact it was E minor. So we also now learned that G major and E minor are one and the same scale. You understand what I'm saying? So we have all of that stuff figured out here. if we line that up now with the progression here and play, let's get everything unmuted. Cool, you know, so it works. So in the next video, we'll use all of this information that we have been gathering up and put it to the use, and you know, we'll start to build a rhythm now with all of the information, with the foundation being a sample. All right, so until next time, it's your boy, Itz-Beez-Da, the TrackStar. Peace.